If you're going to debate and you want people, if your goal is for people to agree with you, try not being insufferable. So many religious debates that are happening today are falling flat, and here is why. Let's talk about it. Just this week, I covered the debate between Jay Dyer, another Orthodox guy, and a couple Catholics about whether or not Muslims and Christians worship the same God. And I mentioned in that video that a video was being done called Exposing Jay Dyer by the very channel that invited him on to debate the other person. So now the guy that moderated that debate is exposing him with the help of 3 other Catholics, and one of them being the guy who was the second subject of the debate.
Everything that you just argued. No, because
the wilding out guy, the guy that was going crazy the whole debate.
A first century Palestinian Jew, huh? Jay, do you? Huh?
you don't think that
He gets asked in this video, what's up with your behavior, dude? Like, he was like snacking on an apple and he was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. This is his explanation, and this is exactly why, again, so many debates fall flat and they fail to be productive. They fail to be as substantive as they could have, and they just become Jerry Springer entertainment shows. Check it out.
First thing I want to talk about, Trent, is your behavior, because that was like the #1 thing that everyone was talking about. Why were you?
That's very true. #1 thing that everybody was talking about was that guy's behavior, and look how giddy he is even to know that he was being talked about so much. And if you read the comments on that last video and this video, deeply unfavorable towards him. And Jay Dyer as well, by the way. So he's going to say he distinguished himself from Jay Dyer, but really, I'm going to say he made himself just like Jay Dyer.
Eating an apple at the beginning of the stream. Why did you challenge Jay to a fight?
Do you have any boxing experience or
so you want to
mixed
fight?
martial arts?
Hey,
Mid-debate, he challenges the guy he's debating to a fight. And again, I covered this in my last video. I'll link it in the description. And he is still laughing about it. So there's no apology coming.
Yeah.
What was going on?
I mean, that's a fair question. So the Apple thing first, man, I was all excited about making this allusion to Pierre Poilievre, the former candidate for Canadian Prime Minister. He's my favorite politician on the planet. I guess I'm such a nerd about this sort of thing. I thought everybody would get the reference. And so I guess almost nobody got the reference.
So look at that. We're having a serious debate, and he's thinking about, let me remake that video of Pierre Poilievre eating the apple while he's like cross-examining this journalist, is asking him questions. Great start to a debate. Just make it about entertainment.
And then as far as the like aggressiveness stuff, I don't really like doing that. I only do it when I feel that it's necessary, when it's in the service of a greater good. So
What is the greater good, I wonder? What is the greater good? Because if the greater good is having a productive, substantive conversation, that was not accomplished. And again, I've criticized Jay Dyer for the same thing in a recent video that I'll link in the description.
So if you look at any of my debates, if it's with Tom Jump, I start out like a lamb, and once they get nasty, then I just meet their energy just so that they don't think they're bullies. Let's face it, they're bullies, and I've never liked a bully at all.
Yeah.
And Jay was nothing but a big bully. So I actually learned this term from my son who was watching the debate. He goes, man, you were rage baiting that guy. When you're poking somebody who's out of control to just try to send them over the top. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. He was being a bully. He was trying to use his volume and rhetoric and all that to sort of shut the debate down, to shut down rational processes.
He was going to bully me, so therefore I decided to bully him even harder. He went in planning on this. Not like I will have a respectful, cordial debate, because not every debate that Jay Dyer has is disrespectful. What he did was he decided to shake Jay Dyer's hand and to devolve the tone of the debate. They did this together. He's blaming it all on the other guy when he could have been the person to set the tone in the debate. This is the problem. He is just as provocative as the guy that he is criticizing. It really does grind my gears when people are intentionally disrespectful to one another in conversation. But what doesn't grind my gears is when you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and consider supporting on Patreon. In fact, I really do like that. If you'd love to support the channel, you'll get extended videos of this in every video that I do and other perks. Thank you. He is just as much of a bully as the guy that he's criticizing, because he was so quickly willing to go there when Jay Dyer is not always a bully in every debate that he has. This is the problem with a lot of debates, is that people are so interested in the entertainment aspect, and they're so interested in approaching it in a way that's going to make them look strong, going to make them feel better. I'm taking down the big bully or something like that. Like their own behavior matters that much in a debate rather than the substance of the conversation that needs to be had, that it kills these debates. It reminds me of an old debate that happened on Ruslan's channel between Michael Brown and a guy named Gabriel Finocchio. And look at how bad this was.
Well, according to whose definition of dual covenant?
Universal definition of
Oh,
dual
now
covenant.
it's universal. Okay.
Anyone look it up.
So the snarkiness by this guy, Gabriel, Michael Brown, sort of responding to that a little bit. And then there's another example.
Because I believe that they are ethnic
Can
Jews.
I finish? Can I finish?
No, you can't finish because you're destroying this debate with your filibustering here. I don't know what you guys are trying to do.
Gabe,
And then as it goes on, it devolves even worse than that.
dual covenant theology. That is false. So
I
then
can
just
call
say
you a
you're
liar
wrong.
too. You want me to call you a liar too? Is that how you want to do this? You want to turn this into Jerry Springer?
Gabe,
We've
will
already-
you
Gabe.
simply acknowledge that you wrongly attributed dual covenant theology to me?
Jerry.
Okay,
Jerry.
Gabe.
Come on, chat. Jerry.
Gabe, what are you doing, bro?
Cheap shots through the whole night.
It's not an ad
Completely
hominem.
not
It's
what I
not an ad
expected.
hominem
Cheap
remark. I
shots
didn't
through the
say
whole night,
that-
buddy.
Okay,
Cheap
but,
shot.
but
No, you-
do,
I mean,
do you acknowledge that
really-
it can come off like a cheap shot? Do you see how it can come off like a cheap shot?
I think it can come off provocative, and I'm trying to be provocative.
Oh,
I'm
you're
trying
trying-
to
okay,
show
cool.
Dr.
So-
Brown the error of his ways by showing
so
an
in
example
the
of something
spirit of-
that is totally
Sure.
So my position about dual covenant theology was lied about. It's not debatable. He made a statement.
okay.
That
That's
was- that was a
provocative.
play-
That's
that was a-
provocative.
No, I'm holding to
Well, we're
it. That
being
was a
provocative,
lie. And let me just
Lying,
speak.
calling someone a liar, that's not provocative to you.
Either you spoke in total
Breaking the
ignorance.
eighth commandment
he's repeatedly
on
rejected
a
the
live
position.
debate.
Either you
I'm breaking
either
the eighth
you-
commandment on a
Okay,
live debate.
okay.
here.
I did not interrupt you
I'm
here,
bearing
buddy.
false witness on a live debate here, just so everybody
Number
knows.
one-
But that's not provocative. I'm
You
committing
bore
moral
false witness.
sin on a live
You
debate. But Dr.
bore
Brown, he gets a
false
pass. He can
witness
say that.
Okay,
against
okay,
me.
okay. Guys,
You
Gabe, you are you are definitely an entertainer, man. I don't know how I feel about this debate, but that was a lot to process.
I mean, it totally just ruined the conversation. I remember hearing this debate happen like a year ago. I remember hearing it being like, I actually agree with Gabriel more than I agree with Michael Brown on this by a lot, but I can't stand that guy. I can't stand it. I don't want to be on this team. I don't want to be in this team at all because I can't stand him. And this is what happened in the debate with Jay Dyer and that guy, Dr. Trent, was what ended up happening was he's saying, I'm going to take down the bully. And then the widespread reaction of the audience was, we don't like you, or we don't like either of you. We would prefer if the other two guys that were respectful spoke and not you guys. That is what happens. And again, the proof is in the comments here. These guys are getting ripped up and down in the comments, especially him and them as supporting like an insufferable guy to have in a debate. If you're going to debate and you want people, if your goal is for people to agree with you, try not being insufferable. Try not being insufferable and try managing your own emotions and your own ego enough to protect the tone of the conversation above overcoming some kind of a bully, but rather on a rhetorical level, again, taking care of the tone of the conversation so that people can be blessed by the content and not the entertainment value of these debates. These can be had, and they are had. There's awesome debates by people. I'll recommend some in the description below of great debates, great tone. Number one, I would say, is Gavin Ortland versus Trent Horn. Man, I could watch that debate all day long. I love the tone. I could do that all day long. It's awesome. We should have more debates like that. Love you all so much, but let me know what you think. We have to prioritize substantive conversation above everything else, even entertainment value. May the entertainment come from the content and not because we are intending on interesting people or driving more clicks. But let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, consider supporting on Patreon. God bless you. I love you so much. Lord willing, I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.